A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, thank you for joining us today here on your favorite channel, the channel of Choice TV. And if you are new, kindly subscribe so that you won't miss any of the videos that we do, because we do videos each and every day. And today we've got a very interesting program that we are doing today. We are launching this book. I'm sorry, I'm doing it flipwards. This book, which is titled Chronicles of My Generation. And I'm very happy and privileged to say that I'm joined with the author of this book, which is Mr. Aleck Leccoo. Mr. Aleck, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
So, Mr. Aleck Leccoo, I would start by, who is Aleck Leccoo before we talk about the book?
Okay, Aleck Leccoo is a writer, a poet, a rapper, and as well as a speaker. Generally, yeah, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
When you say a speaker, what do you mean?
I'm just a motivational speaker. I touch on almost every subject that affect the youth, especially in the social things.
Okay.
Basically.
So, without wasting much of your time, let's look into this book. What is the background? Do you have the background of writing? Is this your first writing, not as in book
as a
only,
profession,
but just writing?
Yeah, I actually have a background of writing, but this is my first professional writing. I've been engaged mostly in reporting sports and in doing codes and doing blogs, writing for blogs and other stuff. But this is a first professional publication that I'm doing.
Oh, so have you ever tried to write a book before for another topic or something like that?
Yeah, basically I did an anthology of poetry, but it's not yet finished. You know, when you write things, then you just leave them. That's what happened with that anthology. It was called Rise of a Cliche.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So that would bring me to this question. Why did you start with this Chronicles of My Generation? Why do you choose this Chronicles of My Generation?
Okay, why this book is actually a reflection of the series of life experiences that I went through when I'm just growing up like now. And most of the stuff that are happening, it was stories that were happening within the people that were surrounding me. Like somebody would just come and say, Leccoo, do you know what happened to me? A, B, C, D. And I'd be like, wow, those things happen. So actually I had a series of those stories that I did imagine these things could actually happen to people. So it was so interesting that when those stories were coming up to me, I was like, why don't I make up a series of documentation of these stories? And actually, when I'm documenting these things, it also suggests how people or other people who would face the same consequences that these people who came to me were facing would actually respond or react to those encounters when it happens to them. So that is why I came up with this book. It's a documentation of experiences of people that I thought other people would meet.
So I can actually say that this is a compilation of true life stories.
Yeah.
It's not fiction.
Yeah, they're true life stories. Only the characters and stuff they changed, but they're real life stories.
They are real life stories.
Real life stories.
So, would you care to tell me the issues that are covered in this book? Because is it just a narration of stories, or there are specific issues that are in this book?
Okay, the concept that we used is each story has a certain problem and a certain answer it has to. So it's the problems that are highlighted, that are mostly highlighted in the book. We have the problem of pleasure. I think I wrote most about the problem of pleasure, and also the thing about justice, the thing about
trust.
So
in this book, pleasure is a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem actually. In this book, yeah, pleasure is a problem. I think it's highlighted how it is a problem, because I know some people say maybe that's a paradox or it's a contrariety, something like that. But I actually explain how pleasure can be a problem. And also, I talked about justice, I talked about love, I talked about trust, I talked about gifting, how as we are youth in our day, people, we sometimes we have our gifts, and our gifts can put us into places where our character cannot comprehend. So I also talked about those issues, and there are a lot more that I highlighted, because there are 9 specific stories. So there are 9 problems and there are 9 answers for that.
Oh, perfect. So how was the process of writing the book like?
Well, the process, I could say it was not all that smooth, because I started writing this book in November last year.
Yes.
But you know how it is with writing. Today you are inspired, tomorrow you're down. Today you're inspired, tomorrow you're down. So actually, until April, I hadn't covered most of the stories. But when the lockdown started, I actually had time to really sit down and reflect and be like, all right, let me go this way, let me go this way. So the lockdown actually gave me a chance to really go with the book, and it made the whole process easy, because now I had time to reflect and also time to put all my effort into it.
Oh, that's nice. So I would want you to convince me to buy your book. Why should I buy this book? Because there's plenty of material to read. And why should I buy this book and devote my time to reading this book?
Okay, the reason why I would say you would want to buy this book is a reflection of what you meet every day. It's not a fictional thing, and it's something that you would want to, when you're looking for answers, because every day you meet a problem, every day you encounter something. So instead of you wondering, well, how do I maneuver around these things, this book provides some of those quintessential elements of how do you maneuver in your everyday life. You see, so you really have the answers at your fingertips. And also, you might be in a world where you're locked up and you say, why is this thing going on with me? I remember Les Brown would say, when you ask the question, why is this thing happening to me? The answer would be like, who would you suggest? So the thing is,
sure now I don't read it one.
Yeah, we don't read it one. So when you're asking those questions, I think this book provides some of the information of, all right, it's not you alone who is in this struggle. There's certain people who went through the path, and this is how they overcame it. So I believe that it provides the basic elements of to questions of life, and it also provides you with the comfort that you can go through this, with the hope that you can go through this, and the hope that you can even go on to spread the message to other people, because it's not like everybody's facing problems. I mean, some of the people are not, but you are the answer to other people who might be, because you might be the person to send the message to other people.
Yes.
So I believe that you can be that person.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
Thank you.
So someone who wants to buy the book, who wants to get the physical copy, I believe there are only physical copies. Where do they get the book?
Well, the physical copies, we have made them available in Arrive now. In Phoenix shop, it's corner Angwa and Mandela. That is when you can get the book. It's for $5. Then the digital copies, they are on our website, www.syrup.co.zw. That's syrup is syrup.co.zw. And also you can do a transaction. I think we have made our WhatsApp platform available on the number 0714-816-476. If you just send a WhatsApp message to that number, they will direct you on how you can be assisted. And also on these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, the details, they are also posted on my Facebook account, Aleck Leccoo Mzekenyi, Instagram, Aleck Leccoo, Twitter, Aleck Leccoo. All those pages, they have information on how you can get a book.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, sir.
And wish you the best in your sales. We want this to become the best selling in Zimbabwe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by the editor of the book Chronicles of My Generation, Mr. Bruce Chipungo. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Okay, thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Bruce, can you briefly tell us about yourself as far as editing is concerned?
I wouldn't describe myself as a professional editor, because this is actually my first book to edit, but I think I did just fine.
You did just fine. So this is the fulfillment of your dream?
Yeah, I would say this is the fulfillment of my dream.
So what is your overall view on the book? I understand you read it when you were editing it. So yeah, the best person who can tell us the overall view of what the book is like.
I would say the book is it's insightful. It's tear-jerking, because most of the stories will even make you cry. And some of the stories that are in the book, they are moving. They are so touching, because most of the stories are real life stories.
Yes.
Of course, the names have been changed to protect the real people. But I think a lot of people benefit from reading this book.
Well, so how was the process of editing? How was it for you? Was it exciting? Was it burdensome? You can tell us.
No, not at all. The process of editing was basically based on the fundamentals of editing. Mostly it was correcting grammatical errors, punctuation, and what would you call it? Okay, let me leave it. So,
so that you don't expose the author.
Yeah, so that I don't expose the author. So yeah, that was it.
Oh, that's nice. So, who would you recommend to read the book in terms of target audience? It should, let's say, age or gender, or even geographical location. Who would you recommend to read the book?
I would recommend anyone in particular, anyone from the ages of maybe 18 to 50 years, because the stories that are titled or addressed in this book, I think it concerns people of that age, both genders, male and female.
Thank you so much for your review, Mr. Editor.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching, guys. We would encourage you to get this book on the platforms that have been mentioned by the author, Chronicles of My Generation. I already have mine. And until next time.